Y'all, you know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 277. My goodness gracious. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here. My goodness, may old acquaintance be forgot. I don't know. I don't actually know what that song's about.
I didn't even know those words. I just know the melody.
Happy New Year, everyone. It is the first podcast of 2018.
Yep.
And nothing's gone too wrong just yet.
It's
Just
great. Only 3 days in. It's all good.
I know. So we are holding on for dear life, trying to hold this year together. We got all the duct tape and glue from the Christmas episode still left in
That's right.
in a box somewhere. Oh my goodness. Tim Router.
Yes, sir.
You
Happy New Year.
You have driven hither and dither.
And yeah, oh man, I just got back last night from Nueva York, and
what in the world?
Man,
New York?
9 York.
9 York?
No.
Nueve York.
I said Nueva. Whatever. So my Spanish is a little rough in the ocho. What can I tell you?
Oh man.
Okay. I always say that, which is really funny because it is 9 York. The topic of the week from my dear sweet Piper is the triplets, of course. We headed up to New York to see our friends, the Woglums and the triplets, and Piper had a permanent smile on her face the entire time. They were so great. We stayed at their house in Rye, New York, which is right in the Westchester area. And it was just so much fun. We had a great time. We hadn't seen them in like a year and a half or a year and a couple months. And so just to be able to all be together, we went into the city. We got up there on Thursday, drove all day Thursday, and then on Friday went to the city and saw the fabulous Rockettes, the Christmas Spectacular at Radio City Music. Yeah, at Radio City Music Hall.
My wife used to want to be a Rockette really bad.
Oh,
yeah.
That's hilarious.
She would have been a perfect Rockette.
But that would require her to smile all the time permanently. So I don't know.
That's
if that
true.
Would work.
You got to put Vaseline on your teeth.
You got to put.
What?
They just were
Right?
all they did was smile, and they had like close-up shots of him on the screen, and they're just smiling. Like, I don't know how they're doing this and still smiling because they would probably be hurting their feet by now. But they're used to it. It's all good.
How long is that show?
It was 90 minutes.
And how many times do they do that kick line?
Yeah, the kicky thing.
They did
the
it
whole
like,
90 minutes.
No, yeah, right.
know, right?
No, they do it kind of in the beginning, and then they do a big finale at the end. My favorite part is when they come out as the toy soldiers, and they shoot the cannon, and then they slowly all fall down, and they do it in this sequence, which is just really cool because it's not like a very quick fall down. It's in slow-mo. And so you just see one go down and then the other go down. And they it's where they lock arms, and it's just a very,
like
it's
splits
really
dominoes.
Cool. It's really cool. Yeah, right? It's like a domino effect. So
I love that Tim's favorite part of the show is when the Rockettes all died.
Exactly. Hey, man, I got that gaming disorder, so you know.
Exactly.
Right.
They all went into Call of Duty real quick. They're like,
all went into Call of Duty.
They'll respawn. They'll respawn. No big deal.
Yeah, a girl
Right.
jumps. She jumps. So it's like boom, 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 boom. Shoot and dive.
So we did that, and then we just hung around in the city. We saw the tree, and then I went into the Nintendo store right there.
Yeah, you did. You
In
represented.
Rockefeller Plaza. Man, that place was packed.
Did you drag everybody in there? Or you just went in there by yourself?
No, just Bennett, because he likes Nintendo, and so we were walking around there. He played a little Mario Kart, and I was dying because he was just hitting everything left and right, and I'm like, no, go that way, no, I forget it. But yeah, they had all these they had switches everywhere that you could play. There was a huge screen for one of them, and they were playing Odyssey, and just all kinds of paraphernalia. It's 2 floors, and it was actually really cool. It was a lot of fun. almost got a Nintendo New York T-shirt, but I'm like, this is better suited to somebody else. But it was really great. Did that, went in the city, and then and then other time we just hung out, and it was just so much fun. Just went ice skating, and
oh, nice.
It was great. It was Piper's first ice skating experience, and she actually did pretty well. And that was my second experience, and I did way better than the first time, which the first time was just me hugging the wall the entire time. But man, it was freaking cold up there. They had snow. Yeah. We got like about 2 inches of snow up there, and so that was fun. So we had a fireplace going, and we were New Year's Eve. One of her friends had a really great party, and all the kids came, and they stayed up till midnight, which was amazing, and it was just so much fun. It was just a really great time, and got in last night, and now ready for the week with all kinds of stuff to do. And it's amazing to see that it's just cold everywhere right now in the Northeast and in the South. Mm-hmm. It's just everything is just cold, cold, cold. It did not clear 20 degrees the entire time we were there.
It's that global warming, Bishop.
I know. I was global warming my butt at this point. But it was just really great. And so I have, of course, played 0 games this past week, and I don't even think I hit up Hearthstone at all.
What?
Wow.
No, I had the phone down, and we were just hanging out. And man, I did happen to watch some pretty amazing college football games on New Year's Day, which was awesome.
Nice.
So watching some bowl games. Very happy that we've got an SEC national championship, to everybody's grunts, I'm sure. But
hey, and we made the playoffs.
And the Titans made the playoffs.
What the heck?
I was at a bar in Rye, New York, with Peter, Dabney's husband, and
have some cauliflower.
Some cauliflower and red wine, to ring in the new year, to ring in the Ocho,
as you should.
And so I was able to watch just like the tail end. I'm like, oh, please don't screw this up, please don't screw this up, and they did great.
Which we're good at doing.
Yes, especially in the fourth quarter. So I'm very happy. A lot of people are saying Mariota's got to swagger back a little bit, which is great. I hope that continues. We play the Chiefs this weekend. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Titans. Literally, everyone's a tough one.
Yeah,
we don't have we don't have that thing where like we can just say, oh, okay, yeah, we'll get this one. Like anytime we play a team that is terrible, usually we lose to them. For some strange, we lost to Miami. We lost to the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? And so we lost to the Browns a couple years ago, I think, and gave them their only win that season or something crazy. Yeah. No, it was the Jaguars, back when the Jaguars
That's right, it was the Jaguars.
Still doing terrible.
You're welcome, Jacksonville.
They had not won a game at all that season, and we gave them their first win. Ugh.
Yeah, so, I'm feeling better about our defense a little bit.
Yeah, it's just they showed up.
They definitely showed up. Like, we just need to keep that going. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me. I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully, getting into some Assassin's Creed. Piper starts school starting. I don't understand why they do this. She starts back. You would think she'd start back like today or something. No, they start Friday, then the weekend, then it's right back in. It's just weird.
In Oklahoma, they do that as well. So like all my nieces and everything and nephews, they all start school on a Friday. And the first time I heard that, I thought it was the weirdest thing in the world. But they're all like, yeah, it's the best thing ever. And I was like, I guess. It's just not what I expected.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out. Like, I'd rather just put her back in school now and let's go. But like, I guess maybe on Fridays, people just kind of get back in the swing of things. And then next week is all out. So I don't know. We'll see. But just back in here, loving the house. Got to take down all the Christmas decorations this weekend, so that's probably what I'll be doing, and playing some Assassin's Creed, which will be great. I'm kind of jonesing to get back into it. So
love that. That.
That's it.
Ed Placencia.
Yes, Gabe Patillo.
What did do that there, friend?
Friend, I like that. That was nice.
It do well. I had a nice New Year's week. The Tapmans have left town. They're out visiting Sarah's brother.
So you didn't play any video games.
So yeah, there's no binging now. All the binging's done.
I'm so jealous of you and the Tapmans. Remind me again how they're related. That's you're
Sarah's sister married Nathan Tapman, so it's Sarah's
Yes.
sister and their family.
Your brother-in-law and
Correct.
sister-in-law.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So it's been nice. Nathan came over before they left, and we played. Brett Bowden was nice enough to loan us his copy of Splinter Cell Blacklist because of the co-op. And,
very cool.
So we received that in the mail, and we started that up. And I had totally forgotten. I played that game and beat it years ago.
Really?
And totally, until as soon as it fired up, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I remember this game." Yeah. And so yeah, it was fun to play co-op. I hadn't really played the co-op part of it very often, and so that was nice to get in there and strategize with Nate and play around. So that was a good time. And then they are out of town, which means I was able to hop on Overwatch and get in some Overwatch and finish up that Winter Wonderland celebration thing they had going. So it was fun to get in there with Stacy and Chris and Stancil and chat with Gabe, and got to play with Jared, and just had a nice crew going.
I like the chat with Gabe, because you didn't play with Gabe.
No, we just
he was
chatted
late
with
to the
Gabe.
Party.
The team was full. I was on the outside looking in on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
nice, though.
Katie and Kale were in there, and it was just it was a good time just to get in there again. And man, I'd missed. I think I say it every time I play after a long stretch where I was just like, man, I love this game. It's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a good time doing that. Over the Christmas break, I received the Mafia 3 Collector's Edition.
Oh,
which
snap.
Oh,
was
wow.
my first collector's edition ever.
Yeah.
And so it's got like coasters, and it came with the PS4 game. I have it on Xbox. And the soundtrack on 2 LPs, and just really
wow, what a great
really
idea.
nice. Yeah, it was really nice. And so I was like, well, I haven't played it on PS4. I sure have a lot of things I want to do. And I have been playing the mess out of Mafia 3 all over again.
Oh,
It's been
that is
so much
incredible. I love
and
it.
Just every time that I get to a point where my destination is on the other side of the map, I just get happy, because it means I get to drive and just listen to 60s songs.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh man, it's like, take me all the way, Sam Cooke. Let's do this.
Wow.
So it's just been so nice.
So cool. That's awesome. They put the soundtrack on LPs. What a great
Yeah.
idea.
I won't be able to hear it, but it sure
Nope.
looks nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun. So it's been especially after the Tapmans left, it's been a quieter week around the house here, but it's been nice just to kind of shift gears, and Sarah and I just kind of chilling. Dad
Good.
came over yesterday, so I could. He didn't know if he had an outgoing voicemail message, and so I helped him record one.
That's
So just-
That's
Nice.
amazing.
adorable.
that's
is
exactly
adorable.
the word for it. So it was just fun doing dad tech. And,
Oh
it
my
was-
gosh.
it was
That
it was
is
a good week. It was
literally
it was
the
fun.
cutest thing I've heard all week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good week.
Nice. Chris McCracken. Do you have anything equally as cute?
Or
I do
adorable.
not. I do not have anything equally as cute as that. But I wish I did. I wish I could be like, oh yeah, me and my dad. I'd be more like my dad. Be like, what? Huh? What? He's over here butt dialing me all the time. It's like, Dad, you called. Dad. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna hang up.
Yeah,
All right.
that's my in-laws too. I'm right there with you.
How you do that when it's a touchscreen and you have to go into the phone to
I
actually
know,
dial?
right?
I don't know,
Dude,
but it
I
happens all the
totally-
time.
Agree with you. I'm like,
It's
how
impressive.
are phones so hard to like you have to get special gloves to be able to use your touchscreen when you have gloves on, but
Yeah.
somehow Toby Mac's
can butt
back
dial.
pocket has all that technology because he calls me all the time on accident.
And I don't mean to phrase that in a way to say like I'm not guilty. Like I've definitely done it too, but it's just like I don't know how I did it. It's like, I guess I did that, but I don't know
rarely
how.
do it. I did it to somebody recently too, and I'm like, they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "What's up?" They're like,
You
"You
call
called?"
me.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to."
Yeah,
I didn't
I
wanna
got
call
this new toolbox. You want to come see it? I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
Speaking of, just a quick aside. One of my buddies, he's got to me, terrible phone etiquette. When he calls, the first thing he says is, yeah. So if you go, hello, he goes, yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, you call what? Like, it always puts me on my heels and like gets me defensive for some strange reason. It's like, ring, 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 ring. Hello? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that next time you call.
Seriously, you should.
No, you have to call me. That's the thing. He would call me
that's
and
right.
say,
I'm gonna do that.
That's great.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Anyway,
Lord.
Christopher.
Yeah, so I went back to work last week after Christmas Day. It wasn't as you might imagine, that week after Christmas in between New Year's is still pretty sparse at the office, but I had a couple of things I needed to take care of. So I took off a little bit early on Friday, and then on Saturday we had our last family Christmas. So this was the one with Mama Bread Fan and my sister and my brothers and everything. We had that gathering. Did like a little white elephant thing, and we all exchanged gifts. Stacy got me, not Stacy, Jenna got me a shirt, and she also got me these two video game related pens. One of them's Mortal Kombat X, and the other one's a Destiny pen. So I was like, oh, that's fun. So I got these new pens that I've been using this week. Stacy got a succulent, which she really wanted. Yeah, Mortal Kombat, like it just has a grid on it. It has a lot of the different characters on it.
Oh,
like,
interesting. I know you were a Mortal Kombat guy.
I don't think he did
back
either.
in the day when we were kids, no, I knew we were. I mean, you must not have known, obviously. But back in the day, man, we played Mortal Kombat when we were kids all the time.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2 were two of the games we played the most because they were two players and we could just trade out and rotate out. You know, being 4 kids, we needed something we could constantly keep our attention with. So yeah, played a lot of that. And actually, I didn't buy Mortal Kombat X, but I've bought almost every other Mortal Kombat since they've came out. So
nice.
Oh wow.
So yeah. Outside, Stacy got a succulent, which is something she really wanted, which we're a little nervous because we're not really.
Is that a flower?
No, it's like a little plant. It looks like it's plastic, but then you touch it, you're like, oh, that's actually a plant. But you can get fake ones. But we're a little nervous because we don't keep plants alive typically.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have to see what happens.
It's the same in our family, brother. I'm right there with you. We're not green thumbs. We're black thumbs.
Yeah, it's more like it's one of those kind of plants where she just sees it like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I want one. And so I told my mom, I was like, hey, yeah, exactly. I told my mom, because she had her name, I was like, hey, she wants a succulent. So my mom cut her like 4 of them in this big pot. And I'm like, all right, let's see how long these last.
Yeah, right. Now it's a race. Go. It's a race for their lives.
Yeah,
it is.
So I had something that Gabe had kind of mentioned that he was going to be looking into. And I had thought about it in the past. And then he told me these were on sale. But those Philip Hue lights. He's like, oh, hey, there's some that's on sale right now at Best Buy. So I went ahead and bought one of the little starter packs of that and got that hooked up. So I've been messing with all that kinds of stuff and getting our Alexa hooked up to it and then our phones hooked up to it so we can just walk in and be like, hey, Alexa, turn on this light. And she just does it. And we'll have to see. I mean, it's cool. What I don't like about it is that it comes with this little bridge unit, which is what basically the brain that talks to everything and it sends out all your commands. It has to be connected by Ethernet, and that's kind of a pain. Really? Because then it specifically sets up where I have to put it. Because my entire house is not wired with Ethernet, so I have to connect it straight directly to the router in my office. And I was a little nervous that it wasn't going to be able to reach the other end of the house, which is where I put basically all the lights because those are the single fixtures where I could put them into different rooms to test them out.
Yeah. And
it's been working fine and it reaches okay. I've been able to set up some automation stuff. So at certain times of the night, like the porch light comes on and some other things. It's been working fine, but that's the only real annoyance because I thought you had to hook it up to Ethernet just to get it started and then I could move it and put it wherever I wanted. And nope, that is not the case. It has to be connected to the Ethernet. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's been working fine. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed it keeps working. And if it does, who knows, may go out and buy a couple more lights. Some of those lights, especially the ones that like change all the funky colors and whatnot, can get expensive.
Yeah, $50 each.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, like $50 a light. But if you're getting just the white lights, which is what we bought, I think you can get a pack of like 20 for $50. So that's not too bad.
Really? So a pack of 50?
Yeah, I think it was... No. A pack of 20. Sorry, did I say 50? A pack of 20 for $50.
20 for 50. Oh, okay, that's what you said. Sorry.
Something like that. At least I think that was what I saw on Amazon, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of looked around, but
yeah,
apparently,
those ones are cheap.
I mean, yeah, they're not super expensive. They don't. I don't even think you can dim them. Like they're just the color they are, which is fine.
You can
for
dim them.
the vast majority of the house. I'm sorry, not dim. I meant change the color temperature. Sorry.
Right.
You can dim them, but yeah, you can't. Which is again, it's kind of nice. You can just be like, turn this light to 50%. I'll just say it just because I can, and then it dims down. I'm like, all right, cool. That's nice. Outside of that, the only other thing that I kind of got into last week, again, like I said, at work, it was kind of a light week. So as I'm working, because I wasn't doing anything that dealt with audio, I've been having like little videos running down in the corner on my computer. I've gotten kind of into the Overwatch League because they're starting their season up this week. And so in December, they had the preseason matches. So all the teams had like at least 2 games, like where it'd be 2 teams against each other, and every team had at least 2 matches. And I would just queue it up, let it go, and then it would go on to the next one afterwards. And I'm actually really kind of digging it. I'm liking it a lot. I'm looking forward to, I think it's mid-January is when the season 1 actually starts. And the first game, so Dallas actually has a team. So it's going to be Dallas versus the, I think South Korea, the Seoul Dynasty.
Nice. That's a good name.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that opening match, and this is the first kind of esport that I've ever been able to watch and kind of get into. And who knows if it'll last? It might just be, because right now it seems exciting. I don't know if I'll continue to love it down the road, but right now I was like, I'll just check out this, and I was really surprised how often I'd stop working and just be looking like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be doing some work too. I can't just be staring at this Overwatch match over and over and over. But I watched most of the teams most of the ones that went on there. That China has a team, London has a team, Houston has a team. There's not a team in Nashville, and there's not a team in Indiana.
There's not a team in Auburn, Indiana?
No,
what?
There's not. I know. It's the weirdest thing.
Shocking.
I know.
Weird.
So if anybody out there is interested in esport or thought like, I haven't really been able to find one. If you like Overwatch, and I'm sure a big part of it is because I really like to play the game. But
it makes sense.
I find it a lot of fun to watch, which it's a little different because I really like Call of Duty and I did in the past, but I've never really been able to get into Call of Duty, like esports stuff. Like I can watch a little bit, but then I just kind of lose interest. But something about the Overwatch one kind of stuck with me. And I watched every single game and I didn't come away from it like, and I'm done with that. I feel like, I kind of want to buy a Dallas Fuel shirt. And of course they're sold out, so I can't get one. But yeah, if you're interested in checking it out, I think the only place that you can watch it is on the Overwatch League site, at least the replays. I don't know where all it's going to be streaming from whenever they're doing the actual matches going live. I don't know if it's going to be on Twitch or whatnot, but definitely check it out if you're interested.
That's really cool.
Love that.
Gaming-wise, played obviously a little bit more Overwatch, like Ed mentioned earlier with Stacy. Didn't end up getting any other skins. I did buy my Winston Yeti skin, which eluded me last year, so that's really the main thing that I want is like, I just wanted to drop or I'm going to buy it. And it never dropped for me, so I went ahead and bought it. So I've got that in the bag. So I'm happy with my winter event loot, if you will. I finished out the Call of Duty campaign last night.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I just need to edit it and get it all up on the YouTube channel, but really, really fun campaign. Now, I have not played a Call of Duty campaign since Black Ops. But so I can't really comment and say the ones in between were garbage because, I never played them. But this one was the first one I had in like a desire to get back into it, and it was a really good campaign. I enjoyed the heck out of it.
That's great.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend it if you're at all interested, especially like if you're into World War II stuff, which I'm always really into that kind of thing. It really, really pulls like at all the same like pride strings and everything that you would think that it would, just like, a Saving Private Ryan or a Band of Brothers kind of thing would. So a lot of fun. Definitely play that if you get the chance. And then PlayerUnknown Battleground. I went ahead and finally bought it for the Xbox One. I was hesitant. I was on the fence. I was like, I don't know. I hear it's got some problems. But I went ahead and just decided I want to pull the trigger because this is a game I've heard a lot about. I've been interested in for a while when it was on PC only, and I had no way to play it then. So I was like, look, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. And all right, so the jank with this game is real. I mean, like, crazy real. And granted, I want to preface this completely. I am on a launch Xbox One, excuse me, not Xbox One X. So I have of all the consoles that Microsoft offers currently of this generation, I have the worst version, if you will. Right. So I expected that if the game's going to be janky, it's probably going to be the jankiest on my console versus, some other people. I have talked to some people with Xbox One X. Gabe has an Xbox One X. I think Nathan has one. Arctic Warlocks, who won his, has one. I know that both Arctic and Nathan have had like crashes before. I don't know, Gabe, has it ever crashed on you at all?
I haven't had a crash, no.
Okay. It crashed on me the first night that I played 5 times. And when I say crash, I don't mean like freezes and then goes back to the start screen. No, crashes straight to the dashboard. Game's not even on anymore. Like it crashes, full crash.
Wow. Oof.
Now, the good thing, kind of, if you will, is if you launch the game back up and if that match that you were in is still going, it'll say, hey, we can reconnect you, and it will reconnect you. It takes a hot minute to get you back in there, and it's possible that right when you land in there, you're in the middle of getting shot. But
very possible.
It's, there's a chance that maybe you're not, and you're still like just running against this tree and haven't been seen yet.
So true.
So there's pop-in issues, texture issues, there's frame rate issues. I put this video on Twitter where it was like a screen or a little video that I'd recorded on the Xbox. And it's just me landing it. So you basically a plane flies over this island. You jump, you choose where you want to jump out. You jump out, you parachute down to the ground. When you land on the ground, your first thing that you really should be doing is running into buildings and things trying to find weapons because you have nothing. I landed in this area. And have you ever gone onto like Google Maps or Apple Maps, whichever your device is, and you do the 3D thing where it has the 3D buildings, you can zoom in and move all around. But if you do it too quickly, it's all still rendering. It just looks like this weird blocky mishmash mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
My buildings looked like that for like a solid 20 seconds. And so I landed, and it's like, I can't go into any of these buildings because I think this little blobby thing right here is a door, but I don't know. And then finally they start popping in, and I can run in and actually go get some weapons.
Oh, boy.
So look, I understand, yes, it's a game preview game. I knew there was going to be jank going in. But I have not played this game once without it at least crashing on me once. Now, I will say I've not had another 5 crash night. I've had 3 crash nights and 2 crash nights and 1 crash nights. I've not played it one single time in a sitting where it did not crash on me to the dashboard. And the frame
really
rate is goofy and weird and all that kinds of stuff. But the game itself is fun. I will completely say it's fun. I get the draw to it. And I will say early on, man, the controls, like there's so much to do. There's so many button combos and things and ways to do things. So in the early days when I was still trying to figure it all out, it was very frustrating. But now that I kind of have everything figured out, I know how to do everything that I want to do now. And I can just focus on actually playing the game. I see the draw. I see what people really enjoy about it. Because despite the fact that it's crashed all these times and has all these issues, I've played it like 5 or 6 different times. And I'm talking about like multiple hour sittings. So it's a fun game, and it's definitely fun. You can squad up with people. It's a lot of fun to play with others. That's not to say I haven't had fun playing by myself too, like because that's fun as well. But it's definitely like it feels like it's in its element when you can play with friends and y'all are teamed up together and you're like holding an area or you're going and searching and scavenging for weapons and stuff together. So I definitely see the draw, and I think that when it finally comes out of preview and it's like a legit game on the Xbox side, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not a nice, solid experience. I mean, I understand it's, especially on like my Xbox, it's probably never going to reach 60 frames per second, but I would settle for it just, loading correctly and not crashing me to the dashboard.
Not rendering weird blobs.
Yeah, I mean, because when you're playing the game, you can tell that it's not like to a AAA standard or even a AA game standard. Wow. But it's what you're doing is so much fun that all that kind of just melt away. You don't know it's just not a big deal that the ground's texturing is a little mushy. It doesn't really matter, because you're not focused on any of that kinds of stuff.
Right.
So I think there's definitely promise with it for sure.
So do you think that this is considered beta still, right? This is just the beta of it?
Well, I guess if you want to use that term.
It's like in between beta and the game, if is what it feels like to me.
Did you have to pay for it, or is it a free download right now?
You have to pay for it. It's $30. Well, there's plenty of places you can go and get it for cheaper than that. I paid $25 for it.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I was going to say, if this is still in beta, then good for them for like putting it out there, letting them try and figure out all the kinks. But this has been a while. Like,
well, the PC version is officially out. Like it's not a preview program game anymore. It's only the Xbox version because it just launched on the Xbox that it's still in preview.
Gotcha.
if that makes sense. So, which I wasn't sure about that either. I thought that maybe the PC version was still in preview, and everybody let me know like, no, the PC version is actually like a legit release now.
So do you wish you had waited until it was final, or has this not really?
I don't wish that I had waited, only because one, I don't know the answer to this question, but I'm assuming it might be more expensive when it's a legit fully working game. I don't know. Whereas since I bought it on the preview program, I don't think I'm going to have to pay anything else again. At least I really hope not.
Yeah,
I think it's just
jacked
I own
up.
the game. Yeah,
That would
I just don't know
definitely be
how all
jacked
that
up.
works because I've never bought a preview program and on any platform. I've never bought one, so I wasn't really sure how that works. And I've had such a, from the outside looking in with this game, that I've always been like, man, I really just want to give it a shot. I want to see what it's about. I want to understand what people are so into and everything. So I'm glad I went ahead and took the chance. And I mean, obviously, like if I didn't have the money or I wouldn't have done it, but I had, I got it on sale, or not on sale, but I got it for a slightly reduced price. I was like, you know what, it's worth finally jumping in. And like I said, I've had a lot of fun playing it online. And this whole generation, I've really not played. Like this is the most I've played my Xbox in a week since I own my my Xbox.
Right.
I was telling the guys, I was like, because I have, again, the launch Xbox One. So mine is the one where you put the batteries in, the controller, and it didn't have the port. I had to buy the little adapter so you could connect a headset to it.
Yep.
And I'm almost certain, I can't at all in my memory remember if I ever replaced the batteries in that controller. I think it's the same set of batteries I bought it with. That's how little I use my Xbox.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, and it just now last night when I was playing, it reached the red on the little battery indicator. It's like, oh, I gotta get some batteries finally for this thing.
That's so funny.
So it's kind of nice to have a reason to go turn on the Xbox and be excited to go play something over there, because I haven't been in such a long time. So I'm definitely excited or happy that I got the game, and I do think it's going to improve. My experience, I understand, is always going to be the worst of all the experiences because, I have the oldest version of the console, but I'm just excited to see where it goes from here, and it's inevitably going to be on other platforms. So we'll just have to see where it goes from there.
I don't get this game because it's been done before. Like the whole, it's kind of like a King of the Kill kind of a thing. And Gabe, I know you played with Stancil quite a bit on what was that?
H1Z1.
Yeah, H1Z1. Like, isn't it pretty much the exact same thing? Like, I'm like,
you know what's funny? Getting into it, it's a lot the same. Like I thought it would be a little bit more different than it is.
Right.
But unfortunately for me, because I played so much H1, there's just things that H1 does a lot better, in my personal opinion.
There you go.
And it was also a, hey, we're not out yet really game when I started playing it. And there was jank there too, but like nothing like I've experienced with PUBG.
Wow.
And H1Z1, is it actually out officially? It is on PC,
It's out
right?
officially now too, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was one of those games that a long time ago, it was announced that it was going to be coming to Sony's console, and it's the console, eventually all of them, Xbox One as well. But I think it was on Sony's stage where they announced, and we're going to be coming to console, and it got delayed, and you just never heard about it again, and it's not anywhere.
Yeah, it goes to show that people want these kind of games. Definitely. I mean, there's always a need for them, and it's probably a huge it's a huge Twitch game because you can just jump in, and I'm sure there's some hilarious moments that you can capture on Twitch and help boost your views and all that fun stuff. But it's like, to me, I have zero interest in this game because, well, A, I'm not a huge multiplayer person in the first place, but B, it's like, this has all been done before. Why is everybody all over this?
What's interesting is not so much that it's been done before, because obviously there's
everything's
games
been done before. Yeah, no, I get
but
that.
What's more interesting though is that like games like Fortnite and some of these games that came after it, everybody's like, oh man, these games ripped off PUBG, and you're like, like, but PUBG ripped off a game. Like that's what's more interesting to me. Not so much that it's, because you're gonna have, like Chris was saying last week, we're gonna see, next year especially, probably we're gonna see other games that use the same battle royale, 100 people on a map, kind of situation. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that PUBG kind of gets
all the credit.
Yeah,
basically.
it gets all the credit, but it's so much like H1. That
from someone like from someone like my perspective, to me, and I don't know if this is just because, gaming websites kind of did, but I always felt like PUBG was very out there marketing, out there getting their game out there, giving it to people on Twitch and all this. Whereas H1Z1, having never played it because I don't have a gaming PC, it always seemed to me like it was marketed, or not really marketed, but always talked about it like, oh, this is that preview program where we're testing the waters kind of seeing thing. It always seemed like they were being real step around, like, we're not an official game yet, but please try us out. Whereas PUBG, even though it was a game preview, it seemed like you almost wouldn't know unless you paid attention because they just kept pushing it so hard. I don't know if they were just a better at the marketing game than H1.
I think they were.
The other games. I don't know.
And you got to remember, like, H1, and I don't know if DayZ has a battle royale, but those were kind of out around each other.
Right.
And then with H1, the battle royale part of it, King of the Kill, is one half of the game where H1 does have a whole nother version of the game where you're up against zombies and stuff like that. And H1Z1 started, that was its initial push, was like the zombie thing, where you're on this huge map and you're fighting zombies. So it wasn't as dialed in and laser focused on the battle royale like PUBG has been. So PUBG kind of, not that they did this, but PUBG, it's kind of like what happens with Apple and Android, where Android will have something where you can talk to your phone and it answers you, but then Apple comes out with Siri and they name the thing that you're talking to, and then it feels like they were the first one to do it, even though they weren't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I feel like PUBG took half of what H1 was doing, or half of what DayZ was doing, and then laser focused on it and said, this is our game, as far as a battle royale. And so that's why maybe they get more credit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, it's kind of, it's like it was a concept that all these people were kind of working on. And like you said, it feels like PUBG is just the people that came out and said like, oh yeah, we're just going to really go completely in on this is our version. Cause like Fortnite's, they brought it out and they credited in their, all their somewhat in their marketing, be like, oh, we really like PUBG, so we made a battle royale as well. But if you think about it, they're kind of more akin to H1Z1 in that they've got a game that has two very distinct modes. They've got their battle royale game, and then they've got their what Fortnite is, which is technically not released either.
Well, and then Fortnite you can pay for, and then the battle royale Fortnite is free. You know what I'm saying? And so
exactly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it is that PlayerUnknown is the one that's gotten so ridiculously popular over like an H1, or who else does it besides H1Z1? I know that I feel like they've heard of other ones, but I can't even think of.
Well, that's what I was saying. I can't think of it either. I felt like DayZ was that though too, but I don't remember if it had a 100-person battle royale or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I never played DayZ, but that's how I even heard of H1. Toby's oldest, Truett, was like, dude, you need to check out DayZ. And I was like, really, why? And he was, kind of explaining it to me. And it kind of sounded like that. And then when I hung out with Stancil in Seattle, they were like, dude, you need to try out H1Z1. And I was like, okay. And him and Gil already had it. And so they're like, dude, you got to buy it and play it. And then that was when I first saw the Battle Royale. So that's why in my brain, they're kin to each other. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to, for me, if it's going to have a lasting appeal. But for right now, it's definitely like, hey, this is a fun little distraction when it's not crashing to the ground.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
They got to figure that out. Because I got a lot of jank on my side, too. It's the only game where it's like, oh, the controller disconnected. And I'm like, no, it didn't. And oh, the controller disconnected. Like, it literally will bring up controller disconnected, but in the background, I can still be perusing the menu. So I'm still like moving things around, but it says on the front, and it's dimmed the game, and it's like the controller's disconnected. You're like, oh.
And the crazy thing is, like, to me, like, I'm being completely ignorant here. I'm not a developer. I don't know how to make things. I have no idea. But it's like there's always all this talk about like how closely aligned the Xbox One and like the Windows 10 are. So I would think that it would be just like, obviously the Windows or Xbox One is, like, specifically my version is way less powerful than like a gaming PC. But you would think you would just go in across the board and be like, it basically runs the same. Let's just reduce the settings. Like, I wonder, and I know it's not that simple, obviously, but it just makes me wonder. It's like, it doesn't feel, outside of having 100 players in one game, that seems pretty impressive for a console game. But it's like, why is there so many issues with a game that doesn't seem like it's incredibly taxing. I mean, it's not like it's got the best graphics in the world, even when it's all loaded in and running fine. It's not like it's the best. Like it's not gonna beat out.
It feels res down
Horizon or something like that. Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I don't know if it's the netcode stuff that's causing all the issues, and I don't know what it is. I'd be curious for a technical breakdown. I probably wouldn't understand it anyways, but just because I'm interested in all that stuff, and be like, why does your game suck? But it's good. I don't know. I want to know. Tell me.
I mean, I could definitely see the appeal. I think it's a lot of fun for multiplayer, and it's competitive, and it's last man standing kind of a thing. But at the same time, like if it's that janky, like why are you?
It's funny.
Why torture yourself, basically?
You know what's interesting is like it
it's
really
not
speaks
torturing,
to it really speaks to the gameplay. Like we're getting in at a good time. Like just a couple months ago, they didn't even have vault over a box that's in front of you. You know what I mean? Like. Even vaulting over stuff is new, where you had to walk around a fence. You couldn't just jump over it, And so, but it just speaks to the gameplay and how fun it can be. You know what I'm saying? It definitely feels like a PC game brought to just right over the console. Like it feels like you're playing a PC game. But
and there's some controller Again, they're trying to sandwich a lot of different control options on a controller versus like a keyboard. Yeah. So I understand why they've done some things the way they have. There's still a few design decisions where it's like, I feel like these two should be swapped. That seems like it makes way more sense. And
give me the option to swap them.
Yeah, I mean, and with it being a beta game, if you will, or preview game, I'm sure that stuff can still change, and maybe they will change it. Who knows? They're still figuring the console side out because they've been a PC game the whole go-round. But, I mean, my hat's off to them a little bit for they were able to squeeze it all in because I'm sure it's not easy. I mean, you're really restricting yourself when you move down to a controller from a mouse and keyboard and all the accessibility you have there and how many buttons you just have to map things to. So, I mean, I give them props for that part. And I will say, overall, for the gameplay itself, there's still a small part of me, and I know this is just me coming from my console roots, that doesn't really care for the whole, like, drop into the world and there just might be something somewhere. I don't like kind of the randomness of it because, like, for instance, there's a map and you can choose where, like, one of the areas you can land is a gun range, and usually there's a lot of good weapons there. But let's say, like, a really good gun is the UMP, which is an SMG that I like to use. If I find it in this one spot, if I go back to that same spot the next round, that doesn't mean that gun's going to be there. They still just, the weapons spawn in random spots. And so it's really more about, there's definitely skill involved with it and strategy, obviously. But to me, it feels like there's also the luck factor of, did this guy happen to find the 4x scope? And did this guy find the sniper rifle? And did this guy find that? And it's like, I'd rather it be like, almost like I've only seen, I didn't read the books, but like in Hunger Games, the movie, like, all the people spawn in the same spot. It's like, exactly where the weapons are, and it's just like a mad dash to get there and get them. I'd almost rather it be something like that where everybody has the same opportunity to get the weapons. It's not completely random. Because there's times where it's like, I'm surviving until 20 or less people, but it's like, I still cannot find anything past this stupid handgun. And it just feels like, well, I have no shot. It's like, I'd rather it come down to me just outplaying the other person rather than being, I had better luck than you. I don't really like that aspect, but I understand that's like a core part of the gameplay that I just have to learn to appreciate if that's the way I want to do it. You know what I mean? I know it's not that kind of game.
I will give them this. We know porting is not easy, and there's way less jank coming from PC to Xbox than there was with Batman going from console to PC.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, right.
So, I tip my hat because I do know that it's not an easy process bringing it over. And it's not even on the, what's weird? It's not on the Xbox, the Microsoft 10 store, Windows 10. It's not there yet.
I think it's only on Steam?
I think it's only on Steam still, yeah.
Huh, interesting.
So maybe when it's like 1.0 version, it'll, make its way over. But as of right now, it's not on the Microsoft store.
Huh.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Interesting, Chris McCracken.
Yes, thank you, sir. That is all I have. So, yes, Mr. Gabe, what you got?
How was your week?
It was good. It was busy, and I'm going to forget somebody. So, bear with me. It feels like a lot of things happened with the community this week. Got on the phone with Robert Darrell Good Jr., this
Very
week.
good, nice.
Junior.
Talked a little music with him. That was really fun to hear him and talk to him a little bit. Met up with Eric Thompson over some
Hey,
cigars.
yes.
Oh, very cool.
Eric, I'm so sorry I couldn't make that.
Yeah,
He texted me like the night before I'm packing to.
to leave for New York.
so-
Yeah.
Sorry I missed you, bro.
Great. It was like literally one of those things where I didn't think it was going to be able to happen last minute because I had a meeting all day that kind of kept me out of the house, and so I kind of felt like had left Jenny to fend for herself all day, but she was like, "No, babe, you go," and everything like that. And so it was like so good for the soul, you guys. He is just
That's awesome.
a great man, and
Good deal.
Yeah,
it was really good to sit and talk with him, and it wasn't long enough, and I think we sat and talked for maybe maybe an hour and a half, and it was just really, really great to see him and catch up and talk, all things life and games and life. So that was good. And then I'm just, doing my thing one day, and I walk outside and there's a box sitting there on my front stoop from Sammy. Sammy, I've talked about a lot, being on tour with us and working for Food for the Hungry, and he was the guy I went to all the gaming spots with the last time we were on tour together. And there was a box from Sammy. I was like, what did Sammy send? And I open it. This joker sent me the SNES Classic,
Oh,
Oh,
good.
nice.
Oh, nice.
which you guys remember I tried to pre-order it. Pre-order got
Yeah, how'd
canceled.
it go?
Mhm.
And then pre-ordered it again. That one got canceled. And then I've just not seen it in the store since. And he sent me one. And I was like, one of those things where I
that's
opened
awesome.
it up and I started laughing. And I was like, why did he do this? And so I called him right
That's
away and said thank you. So Sammy, thank you again, man. That's so sweet. Jenny was like way more excited than I thought she would be.
Really?
And she
Nice.
was like, okay, well, we need to hook that up. I cannot wait to play that. And I was like, oh, yeah. So we haven't got to do that just yet, but I'm excited that she's excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
really.
You know what I mean? No,
Take advantage of that, man.
no
Get it.
questions
Do that.
asked. Yeah.
hmm
So that was really sweet. Last night I was on Fortress of Nerditude
Hey.
Oh, cool.
with
Very nice.
Spencer Stapleton and his co-host Steve, and so that was really fun. We did a movie breakdown of Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
So that was a good time. We all know that the Stapletons are good people, so that was
They are good people.
fun talking to Spencer and talking plans for 2018. And it's fun for me because the tour that we're going on takes us through Salt Lake, and so I'll get to see him for that, and then him and Josh.
Cool.
And then Spencer's got plans to come to episode 300, so hopefully we get to
Yes.
There we go.
Good.
see each other a couple times this year. So that'll be really fun. New Year's was super laid back. We just stayed at the house. It's not really worth going anywhere with 3 small children. If it was just Amara, then it might be one thing. We did do a party. I think we went to a party last year when Milo was really little. Couldn't walk or crawl yet, just kind of sat there and slept. But this year we just kind of stayed in. It was freezing cold, and so we were like, and feel like really trying to make anything of it.
Yeah.
So
And
we
you,
did.
did you watch Mariah Carey's redo?
Yes, she did much better this year than last year. She's
Yeah.
still not Mariah Carey of old, which is
No.
fine.
Jenny's Instagram post was hilarious. She's like, she is doing so much better considering she probably demanded as soon as she walked off that stage last year a redo.
Right.
Which I'm like, yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. They were like, yes, you can have your a
You gotta let
redo
me
if
do
you'd
that.
like.
You gotta let me try that again.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, that was horrible.
So that was fun just to kind of be in with her. And then what else happened? Not too much. Besides meeting all those people, getting an SNES class, for
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, so it's been a good time. Been playing a little bit of PUBG. I've been playing more of Call of Duty still. I'm still jumping into those multiplayer matches. Haven't gotten to the campaign yet. Does
Amara start school this Friday too?
No, she starts next week. So
does she start on a Friday as well?
No, she starts on Monday.
Next week. Oh, she does. Okay, nice.
Yeah, Monday of next week.
See, that's smart. That I understand. This whole Friday bit, I don't get it.
Yeah, weird, right?
Well, I mean, they go back on a Friday because they've earned it. They've earned, you took a lot that day. Let's take the weekend off.
I know, right?
I guess.
I don't get it.
So, I think that's about it for me. Short and sweet.
I want to mention real quick. Sorry, I have forgotten too. You reminded me on it. I went to Katie and Kale's for New Year's as well. And we played some board game stuff. We got to play more Secret Hitler. And doggone it, if I didn't get fascist every game. And I was like,
That's
no
amazing.
way.
I love it.
We played 4 games, and I was a fascist every game. I was like, you gotta be kidding. This is like Gil when we were at E3 because he got a fascist card every time. It's like, what are the odds that I'm gonna keep getting this stinking card? It's like they're gonna for sure figure me out, and they never did.
Really, you got away with it every time?
Yeah,
Well
we only won one time, but they each at the end of each one they were like, "Oh, you're the fascist." And they would say, pick somebody else. Like, nope, it was me again. They're like, "Dang it, really?" I was like, "I'm really not that good at this game, guys." At least I don't feel like. Now Stacy knew I was because I would have to lie. She'd be like, she'd give me a blue like bill or whatever, and I'd put it away and be like, "I had no choice." And she'd be like, "You're a fascist."
That's amazing.
Funny.
It's a fun game. Oh, I love it.
I know, right?
It was a really
So
good
good.
time though.
So good.
There you go. Well, Router, you got it?
Here we go. First one for 2018. Let's do it.
Well, let's do it!
And I already screwed it up because I said let's do it, and then you said let's do
It's
it. So
okay.
I
It's
redundantly
okay.
said let's do it. So here we go.
That's all right.
Let's do it
Really-
times 2.
Let's do it squared. Okay, new releases: Stickball, the Dodgeball Adventure Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Outbreak, the new Nightmare for the Xbox One. That's it. We had one oops, which would totally be my oops for 276 at Doug C143. Stickler for math and numbers. Router. 3-way third place would have been a top 5 list, not a top 6. Sorry, at Chris McCracken.
Oh,
I guess,
geez.
Chris, you said it was a
Yeah.
top 6.
Yeah.
So
I
we
think I
had
did.
all of our numbers all kinds of messed up last week. But you know what? It's all fun. I'm still sticking to my 3-way tie for third place.
Boo.
Boo.
Back to you.
Oh my gosh.
Chris McCracken.
All right, so we talked a lot about PUBG, so I'm talking a little bit more. Why not?
Sure.
As
There you go.
I'm sure is the most obvious thing in the entire world, PlayerUnknown Battleground is likely going to be coming to more platforms, and that's been confirmed by the CEO of the PUBG Corporation. He said that the game is exclusive to the Xbox One title right now, but it's still going to be for a good while, but they want to just focus in on getting the game all completely launched for that way because Xbox offers a preview program. He's like, we want to have the game on every single platform. He said, but right now, like Sony doesn't offer an official like preview program kind of system. He's like,
interesting.
it just doesn't make sense. He's like, on the Microsoft side and on Steam, they have early access or game preview for the Xbox side. And they don't have any restrictions on quality. And I can vouch for that. And he said, but on the PlayStation side, they have a very strict status on like quality and like at least when it pertains to like game crashes and things like that. He said, so since we can't launch our game there because it's not officially ready, we can't be working on it and figuring it out while people are playing it and trying it out. He said, but on the Xbox side, we can do that. He said, so later on, once the game, we actually get it all nailed down and figured out and it's working perfectly on Xbox One, he's like, we would like to branch out and put it on PlayStation and other platforms. I don't know other platforms. I mean, I don't know what other platforms are besides PlayStation unless they mean that they're going to try to bring it to the Switch, which who knows? Maybe crazier things have happened. But I feel like it was one of those things where, oh, it's launching on exclusive on Xbox. Is it going to come to other platforms? And everybody just kind of assumed it was going to. Well, we've kind of got a confirmation that, yeah, I mean, unless Sony comes out and says, we don't want it, it's probably going to show up on PlayStation 4 at some point. And more than likely, when it shows up there, it will at least be functioning, because then it's not going to be like a preview program type game. So for anybody on the PlayStation side that's like, I want to check this out, just keep on waiting. It's going to come. Don't worry about it. It's going to be there.
Right.
There you go.
And the router can try it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine, thanks.
Man, do we want to talk about this swatting thing? We have to, right?
I mean,
I
you
feel like
kinda
we
have to. It's ridiculous.
gotta mention it. Yeah, but
So, if you've been around gaming for a while, you've heard of swatting. Swatting is nothing new. It's when somebody, I guess, gets mad as somebody else, and or they're just pranking them or whatever, and they call in 911 and they say something crazy is happening at this house. You need to go check it out right away. And the cops bust in there, and to nothing going on, to somebody playing Call of Duty. Anyway, that happened this last week over, I think it was like $1.50 bet. I don't even know how it escalated to this, but somebody's like, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so this guy throws out an address. It was like, yeah, swat me, bro, or whatever. And it's not his address, which I don't know how swatting even works, how they get people's address in the first place. Is this friends doing this to friends? Is this, I would never give my address away over a multiplayer match of whatever I'm playing.
Right?
Unless I'm playing with Ed or Chris or Tim.
Yeah.
Somebody, that I trust.
they don't usually get it
And already
that way
has your
'cause,
address.
Yeah, they don't usually do it in a way where a person freely gives out their address. Usually
Right.
what the
It's like a
perpetrator
buddy,
will
right?
do is they'll look at the IP address, and then they can, through the internet, they can connect it around back to an address, and there's a
Right.
lot of different ways that people do it. And
Yeah.
it's usually, most of the time, I mean, there's probably times where people do it based on, revenge, kind of similar to this story in a way. But a lot of times in the past, it's been deemed like a prank, because it's like, so-and-so's streaming on Twitch, and somebody watching is like, oh, I want to see the police show up. That'd be funny. Ha ha. And to them, they're like, oh, it's just a prank. And they do it. And then, that's why that you can go search on YouTube or whatever, and you can see lots of videos of people that have been streaming a game. And then all of a sudden the cops are like bearing down on them. They're having to get down on the ground and all this crazy stuff.
Mhm.
It's always been seen as like a big joke. It's like, man, this is not
Such a
this is
waste.
not a game to be playing.
It's a
and
big,
it turns
expensive joke, number one.
Yeah, not only
I
that,
know, right?
but honestly, I'm surprised it's gone on this, because this has been happening for years.
I can't believe people are still doing it.
Yeah,
Well, it's one
I
of those
agree.
things where, like, you're kind of like danged if you do, danged if you don't, because, like, for the cops, it's like, well, I mean, we
They
gotta
have
go.
to take everything serious.
Yeah, you gotta take
Right,
everything
right.
serious. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, this guy throws out an address. It's obviously not his address, and the cops show up and bang on the door. And this is where it gets a little fuzzy for me, because some accounts say a guy opens the door and the cops shoot him.
He did. He opened the door and walked out front.
Right. And gets gunned down. However, the cops are saying that he was told to put his hands up, which he did, but then started to drop his hands back towards his waist, and then they shoot him.
So
And
they thought he had a gun behind him or something?
I don't know. And so they, 28-year-old guy, innocent bystander, wasn't playing Call of Duty. He had nothing to do with any of this, and he loses his life over it. And it made me so mad, because it's just so senseless. I was kind of mad on all fronts. I'm mad that people are still swatting people, and then I'm mad that, listen, being a cop is probably one of the hardest jobs on the planet. You're expected to make the 100% right decision in every split second of every day. That is
Exactly.
that
All
is
the time.
all the time, not taking a day off of making 100% the right decision. And so, we all saw a couple years ago, innocent people getting gunned down, or a misunderstanding, so somebody gets shot and killed. And we know, and we've obviously, the media has, just beat the dead horse over these things happening. We never see when cops do right things. We only see when they do wrong things. nobody's going to click on a story that says cops did XYZ correctly. It's so ridiculous how what we're getting shown from that side of things. It's not even kind of balanced for the million times that cops make the right decision.
Amen.
But this one just hit close to home because it's a gaming thing, because it's and because somebody lost their life, you know what I'm saying, over not having anything to do with anything. And it just made me really sad. And then come to find out that the guy, I think they finally got the guy, right, Chris, that made the call. And
the guy who made the call has been arrested. Yeah.
Yeah. And it turns out he's a serial call-in guy. Like, I mean, he's called in all kind of bomb threats to things. And
yeah, a couple years ago, I think it was a couple years ago, but there was a bomb threat or some type of swatting-esque thing done to MLG in Dallas, and this guy says he was the one who did that as well.
Right. And then he had something to do with some kind of net neutrality when that thing was going on. He wanted to call a bomb threat in on the building where they were doing the vote and everything like that. And what's hard is I don't know what the punishment should be, because you want it to be uber severe. But at the same time, he didn't pull the trigger kind of thing. Like, because there was loss of life, it makes this way more serious. So is that on the guy that called it in or on the cop? I know the cop was given leave. I don't know if it was with or without pay. But I know that he was like, kind of, hey, you got to go chill out for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, everybody chill out for a second. Yeah.
Well, and it stinks too, because every time this guy calls something in like that, the cops have to respond.
You have
which means those cops aren't somewhere where they might actually be needed.
Exactly.
And, it's a waste of resources that that somebody else would probably need in a real situation. And that's what pisses me off too. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. And I mean, this guy's 25 years old. So to me, you throw the book at the goat. I mean, you're old enough, you should
know better.
And you're a serial, you do this a lot.
If this wasn't his first time,
absolutely. It's like, lock him up. And even if,
just seeing his responses on Twitter and stuff, you could tell he just didn't care.
He didn't.
Ridiculous.
It's
There's
like
no remorse.
And I don't, I don't know the guy, and I don't know. I'm not in his head, but it's almost as though because it's happening elsewhere, and he's just seeing like either on TV or through Twitch, or because he's watching something that he just did, or hearing these stories out the fact. It's almost like he's so far removed from it. It's like, dude, this actually happened. This is not like entertainment. This is not a movie. This guy's dead because you did a thing. You may not have been the one who pulled the trigger, but this happened because of what you did.
That's right.
It's like it's not sinking in for him. And any of the people who seem to do these kinds of things, which luckily, this, as far as I'm aware, this is the very first instance where a person has died because of one of these things, which is kind of insane when you think about how many times this has happened in the past years all over the the world. So it's amazing that this is the first time that happens. And it's like, I hope this is like what, of course, it's not going to be the end all be all of it, but I hope this like drastically reduces. So all those people that are involved in stupid crap like this finally realize, oh, wait, something actually could happen based on me being stupid. Yeah. It's like sometimes you just need something really legit to be a wake up call to these people. So hopefully something like this happens almost never again, if not ever again. It's ridiculous.
He should be banned from every network, every PC, gaming console, everything. He needs to be banned, Twitch, everything, because I mean, if the way to hurt somebody is to hit them with the things that they love, and if this is the kind of stuff he loves doing, see ya. Your gaming career or gaming life is over,
but it's not even about the gaming. It's like do we take away his phone? Like, how do you prevent?
No, he needs to go. He needs to go to prison. He needs to go to prison for like years. Yeah, that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, he definitely needs to. He needs to serve some time, because he needs to sit.
I'm not talking about
and think about it.
5 months probation or
no.
6 months in local. No, he needs to go to prison for a couple years or more.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just it's just so sad, and you're like,
it's senseless, absolutely senseless.
And he was doing what he thought was a funny thing to mess with somebody, but I mean, golly, the fallout is just, I mean, a family's been ripped apart now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Over the holidays, worse.
Over $1.50 bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it kills me. And I don't even have like a wrap up for this. It was just like, you know, this happened and it's extremely sad. And I just want to bring to attention, like, you know, we got to.
Don't be stupid in 2018.
Yeah. And it's like, how can we get the word out like that? This is not an okay thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is.
Right.
Like, I don't know if it was ever funny. You know what I'm saying? Swatting in the first place. Like, it's an expensive thing. And especially like Tim was saying, like, these cops need to be needed elsewhere. They don't need to be running up in this guy's house that literally had nothing to do with anything.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
Chris?
The only other story I have, it's a bit of a light news week, is that Sumo Digital, which is a UK developer, currently working on Crackdown 3, and they worked on Dead Island 2. They have acquired Newcastle Studios, who were the people that made the Eve Valkyrie game that was connected to Eve Online. So it was cool because when they had mentioned, or when the news had come out that Eve Valkyrie was no longer going to be in development, it was kind of like, man, what's going to end up happening to the studio? So it was cool to see Sumo Digital swoop in and like buy the whole team, which is not a huge team. They're only 34 members, but that was cool just that it wasn't going to be one of those things where all these developers had to just go search around for work and like, we got a few of the team, and you know, because that's usually how it goes whenever a studio kind of stops working on a project and gets dissolved, if you will. So I always really like it whenever another developer or another publishing company is able to like kind of swoop in, like, no, we want to keep your team together. You do good work, so we're going to just take you and we're going to move you over here. Of course, it's not been announced what exactly they're going to be working on, but so it may not be anything VR related. But not that VR is all they can do. Obviously, they're accredited and they have plenty of talent and can do whatever they want. But I was just really excited to see that they're going to get swooped up, because even though I didn't buy Eve Valkyrie, I've played it a few times. And it definitely was a fun game. I mean, like you could tell they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They have skill at what they're doing and everything. So I'm excited to see what they may be able to do elsewhere and what they can bring to the table next.
There you go.
And to see people land on their feet, you know, especially a new year. It's like,
definitely.
You want to see those kinds of stories, less of the swatting and other garbage.
Amen. Amen.
Amen to that.
So Amazon released their top selling video games for 2017.
Okay.
And I thought the list was pretty interesting. This is physical games that were bought on Amazon. Number 10, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Wii U.
Okay.
Number 9, Pokemon Ultra Moon for the Nintendo 3DS. Number 8, Pokemon Ultra Sun for the 3DS. Number 7, Splatoon for the Nintendo Switch. Number 6, Call of Duty World War II for the Xbox One. Number 5, Call of Duty World War II for the PlayStation 4. Number 4, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Number 3, Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Switch. Number 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. And number 1 was Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. A late comer.
Nintendo.
Golly, I could not believe how many Nintendo games were in the top 10. Is it 7 out of the 10 physical games bought on Amazon in 2017 were Nintendo games? That is crazy.
Doesn't it make a little bit of sense though? Because out of all of the consoles, like it's harder to be all digital on the Switch, right? I mean, because obviously you have to buy a second thing. You have to also buy the memory card, and then there's whole like, if your console dies and you have to buy a new one, like your saves or your stuff doesn't transfer over. So I feel like of all the consoles, that's the one that makes the absolute most sense to be physical on. And since Amazon's selling all physical, it kind of makes sense to me that they would be the hub of where all the majority of the physical stuff's being bought.
Yeah, I thought it was, and I do agree with that. I thought what was interesting, though, was that Mario coming out in October would have been the highest physical selling game on Amazon all year. And then, followed by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which, again, was a re-release of something that was already on the Wii U. Zelda didn't, obviously that's not a surprise. But looking a little deeper, their top 10 for just video game things in general were just ruled by Sony. And so,
Really?
well,
You mean like peripherals and
well, no.
other
So
kinds of stuff?
like number 1 would have been a $20 PlayStation Store thing. Number 2 would be a $10 PlayStation Store thing. Number 3 was Super Mario Odyssey. Number 4 was a year for PlayStation Plus. Number 5 was a $50 PlayStation Store thing. Number 6 was Mario Kart 8. 7 Zelda. 8 was the Nintendo Switch. 9 was a DualShock 4. And then number 10 was an Xbox controller.
Nice.
And so you're like, dang. And then as you go up, 11, 12, 13, those are all PlayStation Plus things and PlayStation Store credits. You're like, geez Louise, like PlayStation represented on Amazon this year.
So do you guys know?
It's not till you get to Call of Duty for the Xbox One where you see like, you know, besides the controller, an Xbox thing pop up.
Can you buy like a card and it has like just a key code for a digital game on Amazon?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Interesting.
That is not in any of the top here. They're more like,
I wouldn't think so.
More of these things bought, those codes bought for just the money.
I've never looked on there for. I mean, I've looked on there to buy like PSN cards or currency cards before, but I've never looked on there to buy a digital game, so I didn't know if they even offered it. I mean, usually if I'm going to look for a digital game like somewhere else, not on the actual console store, I usually go to CD Keys, and because they're the ones I know they're always going to just give me a code and I can just put it in and get it digitally. But I wasn't sure if Amazon did that. And I mean, I feel like I've looked before and didn't really find what I was looking for. So I was like, oh, maybe they don't do that. And I just never really looked again.
Well, and this could be a mix of both because you do have the option once you click on a game to buy it physical or digital.
Oh,
right.
Interesting.
So this could be a mesh of the two, really. These could have, all those games, those top 10 games could have, I guess, been bought digitally as well. You know what I mean? So it's probably both numbers put together.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you got, Chris McCracken?
It is.
Eduardo, do we have some free games?
We do have some free games.
Nice.
Ooh, can you tell me about them?
I can, yes. Over on the PlayStation, they kind of made a distinction that this isn't part of the PS Plus, but it's still a free game they're giving away. It's called Starblood Arena.
VR game.
Yeah, VR game, and it'll be available January 2nd through March 6th. So you've got some time. As far as the PS Plus goes, they've got Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Oh.
Batman: The Telltale series.
What?
That's a good one.
The entire series?
Wait, season.
I believe it's the first. The
First
image
season?
they showed looked like it was the first season.
Oh,
The whole thing?
But all 5 games, I'm assuming it's 5 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
that is great.
On
that.
PlayStation?
On PlayStation.
Get it.
I'm getting that.
Better.
Mhm.
Uh,
So good.
They've also got Sacred 3 for the PS3. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2 for the PS3.
Of course.
And then on the PS Vita, we'll cross by with PS4, you've got Psycho Pass Mandatory Happiness and Uncanny Valley. So get you some.
There you go. Yeah, you're right. It's Batman: The Telltale, the whole season pass.
Look at that.
Good deal.
I'm
That
good.
Look
is
at that.
awesome. Get that.
Add to cart. Mm-hmm.
Add to cart.
Right? Over on Xbox, they've got, for the month of January on the Xbox One, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 3.
Oh, what a good movie. Kidding.
Jeez.
Also on the Xbox One from the 16th to February 15th, they've got Zombie without an E, which I believe was originally on the Wii U.
Yeah, that
like
was
Zombie U.
Yeah, it was Zombie U on there.
Let's see, January 1st to the 15th on the Xbox One and 360, Tomb Raider Underworld.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the 16th to the 31st, Army of Two.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
Before you move on to YouTube, there's
Mhm.
2 stories I forgot
Oh, okay.
that might be of importance, might not be.
Oh,
I'll let you guys be the judge.
Mhm.
okay.
There's a European retailer called Cool Shop, big
Mhm.
video game chain there, that put a release date on Red Dead Redemption 2
Oh, that's
Oh
right.
yeah,
That's
I did
right.
see that.
on accident, saying it was coming out on June 8th, 2018. Now, usually everybody always is like December 31st, right? Just placeholder things.
Mm-hmm.
But Cool Shop in particular has a track record of leaking Rockstar game release dates and actually being right.
Nice.
So, we will see if you're going to get your Red Dead Redemption on in the middle of the summer, which would be awesome. I think I tweeted it out saying, that's the week of E3. It's the week of MTTG 300.
Yeah,
I know, right?
And
That's
so
the
that
real
would be,
thing.
yeah, that would be really cool. Like, we talked about a leak a couple episodes ago, and it didn't fall on a Friday. This one does fall on a Friday. And so, we'll see if there's any merit to that. And then to my slight disappointment, we know that the Xbox, we know that the Kinect is dead, which,
Yes.
is sad for my children. Because you just don't know if, like, are they going to continue doing Just Dance games and things like that and them being supported on the Kinect, or are you still going to have to use, like, your phone as a thing? But now, even the adapter for PCs is discontinued. And so Microsoft said that the Kinect adapter, the USB thing that kind of goes into your, for us that have the Xbox One S or the Xbox One X, you can't plug in the Kinect directly to it. You have to get this adapter, and it's super hard to find, and it's getting even harder to find, and it has been discontinued. So they're not making any more of those. So that was slightly
That's too
sad.
bad.
Yeah, I think that's slightly sad. I think for, we all know that Microsoft's launch was a little shaky when it came to the Xbox, but like for it to have been packaged in with all those first ones, like you can't buy it without the Kinect. It's not going to work without the Kinect. And then like for them to just give up on it altogether. Yeah, I was like, dang it, man. So
Right.
I guess no more Kinect games at all coming ever again.
I guess not.
Slightly a bummer, man. Slightly
Yeah.
a bummer.
Definitely a bummer.
Sorry, Eduardo.
That's all good. Those were good stories.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you for judging.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought them up.
Me too.
Over on YouTube, new this week, like Chris mentioned, we've got Call of Duty World War II parts 12 through 17, and you can watch Chris battle his way.
Is that to the ending, Chris? Or not?
No,
quite
that
yet?
one's still. Yeah, that's still to come.
Nice.
Yes. Looking at our top 10 YouTube videos, combining the average watch time and views for the week of December 26th through January 1st. Number 10, Watch Dogs 2 Part 5, Bottom Dollar Fail. Number 9, Hue Part 9, Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, Watch Dogs 2 Part 6, Bottom Dollar Complete.
Next time Jenny asks me what color I think our room should be, I'd be like, I think a hue of mountains.
Yeah, try Mountains.
Mountain Hue works wonders.
Yeah, maybe we can get
Next time
that
you're
color
looking at-
matched. I don't know.
Right. You're looking at swatches at Home Depot. Show me Mountains.
Yeah, do you have mountains? By Bear?
Number 7, Hue Part 4, Pink. Number 6, Ori and the Blind Forest Part 14.
That's getting out of hand.
You gotta switch it up, man. You gotta switch it up.
I know Ed doesn't even sing it anymore. He's
I know.
done it.
Ever since the time
Ever
that you
since
guys
went
left
to
Young
North
Punks,
Festival? Oh, you guys.
I haven't done it since. I'm
So
too
great.
afraid.
Yeah, I understand. A little gunshot.
You've ruined me.
Yep.
that was such a great moment. I love that.
Number 5, Drawful 2 gameplay. I'm kind of, it's kind of cool to see that
That's
up there
great,
still.
man.
Love that.
Number 4, Watch Dogs 2 Part 48, Ghost Signals. Number 3, Hue Part 10, University. Number 2, Hue Part 11, The Ending.
Whoa.
Finally.
Not
Cheaters.
number one.
Not number 1. Number 1, back to its normal place. Watch Dogs 2 Part 19 paint job.
Oh,
Nice.
There you go.
job.
I like that.
Watch Dogs 2 hanging on.
Yeah, it
Yeesh.
is. I just bought that game not too long ago.
What? Nice.
I know. I need to.
Mine's still in shrink wrap.
I know. I need to play
Oh.
it. Well, last week we listed our game of the year for the question of the week, and we thought, you know what? They're worth it. So we were going to give away our games of the year. I can start if you guys would like.
Okay.
My game of the year for 2017 was Zelda Breath of the Wild. So we went on Twitter.
Also, the shock of the year
Yeah.
from all of us.
Yeah. And so I got on Twitter and said, there's these things called the divine beasts in Breath of the Wild, and I said tag 4 people that would be your divine beast that would help you go defeat Ganon. And the winner of that game is Doug Cummins at Doug C143. And I love this because he said, I know I just joined the group, but I'd like to think any of you new friends would help me take down Link's foe. So I'll tag at MTDGcast because that's 4 already. Plus at Jake the producer, at David Brody, at Mike Destro. You all seem friendly enough to help me on a quest. And what was funny to me about this is that he actually got a reply from one of the people he mentioned. David Brody said, "Sorry, man, I have no idea what you're talking about or what you need to do, but if it involves any time commitment, I'm out. Sorry, I do love Zelda, though. Happy New Year."
That's amazing.
I love that. The fact that he felt like he needed to reply was really funny. Hey, if this
really
I have to do anything, I can't. I just have to come out and say I can't at this
If
point.
this involves any work of any kind, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. So Doug, slide into them old DMs, man. Hit us up with where we can send the game if you'd like it physical or digital, and we'll get it taken care of, man. Faux show. What about you, Tim Router? What are you giving away?
Well, mine was a 500-way tie for first, and it was it was Shadow of War, of course. And man, I'm so excited. My boy Quiley Cox, Q, Memphis represent.
Yeah, Memphis
He's gonna-
represent.
Nice.
He's gonna get a copy of Shadow of War. So, like Gabe said, definitely hit us up. I think we might already have his address because he's been at 100. He's been at 200. I'm hoping he's going to come to 300. I'm
Come
just
on,
saying.
Q.
It's only 2.5 hour drive, man. Come on.
Mhm.
And so
I'm driving
so, man,
13, so you can make that.
That's
Come
right.
on now.
absolutely.
Amen.
So Q, man, Happy New Year, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, man. Slide in them DMs. Let us know where you'd like it sent. What if you want it PS4 or Xbox, let a brother know. Physical or digital, we got you. Chris McCracken.
I am giving away a copy of Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition. So that means it will include the Frozen Wilds DLC. And the winner of mine is
Nice.
Mr. D Spin 67.
What?
Also currently known as Festivus for the rest of us on Twitter.
I like to call him the man of 1,000 handles.
There you go.
I like it.
So go ahead, like they said, hit us up on the DMs. Let me know you want physical, digital, what you got. What you want.
Yeah, if you want it
you're
on
getting
PlayStation or
Yeah.
on PlayStation.
Yeah. If you want it on Xbox, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
You're
can't
not the
help
winner anymore. We're gonna
Right.
move
Yeah,
on.
and you're not the only one. What about you, Edward?
I am giving away a copy of Wolfenstein 2, the new
Woo.
Colossus.
Love it.
And yes, congratulations to Robert Justin Thomas at Robert58RT. And as Gabe said, hit us up in the DMs. Let us know what console you want that on. And yeah, it's cool seeing a new name. I love that. That makes me happy. So
I know. Love
Yes.
that.
Absolutely.
And
So
thank
cool.
you to the Google number generator.
Yes.
Yes.
For
Yes, the
Exactly.
random number
That's who
generator.
you all
I know,
really
right?
have to thank. So.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for helping us choose names because none of us wanted to choose. It was like, oh, they're all our children. I don't know how to pick my favorite.
I know, right?
Exactly. I love you all equally.
Exactly.
I appreciate that my sister won, but I'm glad Google didn't choose her because I would have had to not choose her anyhow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's-
exactly.
Or that she entered, not she won.
That's really funny. So every week we ask you guys a question. Last week was no different. We asked you guys, what was your game of the year? Give us a top 3, give us a top 5, starting over on the Discord. MLS Chop. 2 of my top 3 feature the target of much unwarranted MTTG hate, Nintendo. As someone that wasn't planning on getting
What?
as someone that wasn't planning on getting a Switch after disappointment. If disappointment is a statement of Nintendo's big 2017 comeback. I'm not sure exactly what that sentence was. Sorry. My top 3 in order. And I'm going to count it down backwards. His number 3. Destiny 2. Number 2, Super Mario Odyssey. And number 1, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
There you go.
Do not feel weird about it being Nintendo, you, and Amazon both. Romaine. Number 3, Splatoon 2. Number 2, Breath of the Wild. Number 1, Persona 5.
Hey.
Wow.
There you go.
After
Nice.
Ed's own heart until he rage quit.
Exactly. Until the
know,
boss.
right?
Until what he
the
thought
boss.
was the boss.
And then it wasn't.
Honorable mentions to Darkest Dungeon, which didn't come out this year, but I played for the first time, and this unopened copy of Horizon Zero Dawn, which would probably have been on my top 3 if I had time to play it. Yeah, I get it. Dat Ninja Dev, top 3. Number 3, Destiny 2. Number 2, Assassin's Creed Oranges. And
Nice.
number 1, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
There you go.
All
Like
right.
that. Shep Dog. Most of the games I played this year were not released in 2017, but I had my best year of gaming in a long time. My order of 2017 releases is number 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy. Number
Nice.
3, Destiny 2.
Forever pegged as that.
Number 2, Divinity Original Sin 2.
Ooh.
And number 1, Resident Evil 7.
Oh, wow.
Ooh-wee.
Others finished this year: Overcooked, The Wolf Among Us, Final Fantasy 15, the BioShock Collection, Titanfall 2, Tales from the Borderlands, Dragon Age Inquisition, Until Dawn, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Justice Gods Among Us campaign. I like it.
Yeah. All right.
Over on the forums, Robert Dale Good Jr.
Does he sound even sort of like that? I hope he does. You said you got to talk to him.
I did get to talk to him. He doesn't sound as soulful as I want, but I think he could get there.
Okay.
With a little bit of practice, you can get
A
some
little bit of
soul right up
practice.
in there.
I think
Does he have a bit of a southern accent?
I didn't pick that.
darn
He's
it.
very well spoken.
Well, as you might imagine.
As he should be.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean,
right.
he writes so well.
It's Robert Darrell
Exactly.
Jr.
Yeah, come on now. Number 3, Elder Scrolls Online. Number 2, Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
Number
look at
1, you guessed it, Elder Scrolls Online.
A three-way
Wasn't
tie for
released-
first.
Three-way tie for first.
Wasn't released in 2017. He said, I'm going on my 3rd year playing this game, guys. I might have a problem. Every time I get some game time, this is the game I play. Elder Scrolls
World
Online.
World
Wow.
Health Organization calling.
Exactly. Spam humbug. I didn't have as much time for gaming this year as I would have liked. So going by what I did find time to play. Number 3, Elex, ELEX. Number 2, Everspace. And number 1, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Interesting.
I've heard of that one.
Bioware gets some love.
Honorable mentions go to Star Trek Online, which I introduced to my wife back in the spring. With a new baby around the house, we haven't had much time to dive into it, but she loves it and asks me to play whenever there's a free moment. Hashtag I married a Trekkie.
Aw.
Nice.
That's amazing.
I like that. Over on the Twitter, we've got at voiced by Nathan. My game of the year list. Number 5, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
All right.
Number 4, Mass Effect Andromeda. Number 3, Cuphead. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Number 2, Injustice 2.
All right.
Number 1, Assassin's Creed Oranges.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Ah.
Nice. At Seth Joseph Roy, and he didn't number these, so I'm going to put them in the order that I think he meant.
Okay.
Number 3, Super Mario Odyssey.
Mm.
Number 2, F1 2017.
Language.
Okay.
Number 1, Breath of the Wild.
There you go.
That's
That was
really
good,
funny,
man.
Ed.
Yeah.
Tessie Rue at Loki Lover 101. Again, not numbered. I'm gonna just put them in an order.
Okay.
Number 4, The Fractured But Whole.
Oh,
There you go.
Gotta play that.
Number 3, Assassin's Creed Oranges.
Nice.
Citrus.
Ubisoft.
Number 2, What Remains of Edith Finch.
Ah.
Oh, very
good
nice.
deal.
Oh.
Number 1, Persona 5.
Wow.
Oh, there
Hey.
you go.
Yeah,
I like the variety. That's
Me
nice.
Yeah,
too.
that's
Yeah.
good.
It's kind of all over.
Good mix.
feels well
Yeah.
read.
Well-rounded gamer.
Yes.
Dallas at Dallas Robbins. Number 5, Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh wow. Nice.
Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Ah.
Number
Very nice.
2, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh.
Mm.
Number 1, Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you guys.
One of these times you should just say, regardless if they put it, just be like, Zelda, Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
Just
Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Enough time.
Majora's Mask. Wow.
Yeah. The Adventures of Link.
The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, just The Legend of Zelda. Did you guys see the Twitter thing going back and forth? I think it was a lady that started it, saying that she started this whole hashtag Zelda is the boy movement,
No.
trying to talk people into Zelda being Link and not being the princess. Oh, it was really funny because people were like, hello, Link is the boy, Zelda is the girl. She was like, I don't think so, guys. And so she's just totally
wow.
trolling people. It was amazing.
That's
That's
awesome.
It was so great.
I bet, and everybody's probably like yelling at their
Oh, it's
computers
just so
too.
mad. Yeah.
Yep. Just riling them up.
In a strange turn of events, she did have some people like, I think you're right. I think Zelda is the boy.
Nice.
Nice. Brainwash
cool.
some of them.
Exactly. Got him.
Right.
You guys know where to find us. Facebook.com/married to the games, Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Of course, marriedtothegames.com, our original home. And like Ed said, youtube.com/married to the games. Now on Patreon, patreon.com/MTTG. And Router.
Rate us on iTunes so we can all do adorable tech help with our dads.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
You do have an outgoing message, Dad. It was you going, how do I work this thing? Dude.
Exactly. It could also be, yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it should
You
be.
called
Just
me.
outgoing,
What
yeah.
you talking about? Some yeah. Well, let's get into some questions.
One question. Did we get any voice messages, by the way, from our hotline, 702-703-MTTG?
Ooh, did we get any voice messages?
I believe
good-
somebody
Good call, because I am tired.
Not that I'm putting you on the spot, but we'll do it next week. Don't worry about it. But
Okay,
you
let's
can
do it.
reach us. We have a hotline.
That's right.
702-703-MTTG.
Yes.
So
Do
definitely
that.
hit us up. It was fun hearing Lem's voice last week. I'm like, yeah, man, we need
Yeah,
to
it
bring that
was.
back. Let's bring that back in 2018. Come on now. So
There we go.
So we'll do that. Let's start with some email. D-Hi, Happy New Year, fellas. What is your gaming goal for 2018? I am planning to stream and upload my gameplays on my YouTube page. Boom. There you go. Yeah.
I don't know that I have any specific. It's just, keep playing some games.
Chris?
My goal is to play enough games to have a top 10, but that are released in 2017. Like, because I always have games that carry over from the previous, because usually the fall is so packed and those games filter into the next year. So I'm hoping to have at least 10 different games
There we go.
2017 releases.
Nice.
And this is going to fall into our question of the week. Obviously, was going to be gaming resolutions. So that's a good one, Chris.
Oh, so I should have
I
said,
like that, Chris.
just wait for it.
Spoiler alert.
No, that's
Right.
totally fine. We would have answered it already. Ed, you don't have any gaming resolutions?
I don't think so.
play some games?
Maybe to give PSVR a chance.
There you go.
Just like last year.
Maybe you should.
Tim, do you have one?
You know what's weird? I kind of don't. I just like playing games, but I'm kind of
That is weird.
Don't
You
know-
like playing games?
I don't know what's coming out in 2018 because I feel like everything's going to be delayed and keep getting delayed. So like I'm not getting my hopes up on anything. I know Far Cry 5's coming, which is great.
Last
So
of Us 2?
I'm excited to do that. I don't think it. But that's the thing. I don't think that's coming out this year.
Oh,
but
he's taking Chris's
But we'll
side.
see.
Yeah.
I'm taking Chris's side on this. I mean, as much as I would love to play that this year, it ain't coming out this year. But that's the thing. Like, we get this all the time where it's like, oh my gosh, this game's going to come out, and then it gets delayed. Which, again, fine with, but it doesn't help with the whole planning and anticipation of 2018. So therefore, I'm not really anticipating anything other than Far Cry 5 because I know that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know. Might get delayed again.
So
My gaming resolution this year, because I don't think I did this last year, and I'm going to try to pick a low number, so don't be disappointed. But I want to play and beat 7 games this year.
ooh,
that's
you can do
doable.
that.
I mean, you can
You'll
have
be on the
that.
road,
You can
you can
have
do
that
that.
and beat qualifier. I mean,
Well, that's why it's a resolution. If I was just gonna play a bunch of games, I would just go to Redbox. But I want to play and beat 7 games this year.
all right.
Mhm.
All
I
right.
don't think I did that this last year. I don't think I even got to 5. I played a lot of games, but I don't know if I beat
Wow.
any.
I didn't
you know
beat
what I'm
5
saying? Like,
games.
yeah. So I want to beat 7 games in 2018.
There you go.
Whew. I get a little diarrhea feeling just thinking of that.
A little rumble in the tumble there.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm not excuse
I think
myself.
you'll be able to do it because you're going to be on the road quite a bit. I think you'll get at least.
I'm hoping to get 2 out of this tour.
I was going to say, I think 2 or 3 probably out of this tour coming up, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I want to get Mario Odyssey beat on this tour. And I'm going to start Xenoblade on this tour. I don't know that I'll like it, and so I don't know that I'll beat it, but I'm going to definitely give it a college try.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Good question.
All right. Great question. Discord, Putty, what is the biggest decision that you later changed your mind about? I just put in my resignation for a 9-to-5 that I have been unhappy with for years to go back to school for an MBA in a new but similar direction. On one hand, the unknown is scary, but on the other, it is exciting.
That's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
congrats.
Yeah, man.
That's
That's
never,
huge.
that can be
Bold.
a hard decision. So congrats on making it and going for it, dude.
That's
Well done.
right. That's right.
Yep.
Ooh.
I haven't changed my mind on any big decisions because I'd rather gather all the information before in making a big decision. That way, there's hopefully no surprises. So I try not to go back on it if I can.
Yeah. I'm not personally a regrets guy much, and I'm pretty analytical, like you're saying, Tim. I'm trying to think if there's you know what? There was a house that we looked at before the house we lived in, and we live in now, and we were going back and forth about the price, and we could have bought it, and we decided not to. That was probably the biggest thing in recent memory. And now looking back, we are so happy we didn't buy that house. And so
Going on Battle Avenue,
where it was on, I don't remember what street. It was across from the high school, Franklin High School.
okay.
It was a beautiful house, but I just think that like for our life and what we're doing, it would have been just like a little further away from Amara's school. Like the house that we're in right now is just so perfect for us. Even though it's a lot of work, it's so perfect. So I would say that is probably the biggest decision I've gone back on. Chris?
Nice.
I wasn't going to date Stacy because we worked together, and then I changed my mind.
Hey!
Oh, there you
Look
go.
at that.
You
That's
said,
awesome.
Man, now let's go ahead
huge.
and do this, girl.
Personal rules.
Son.
Throw that book out. Let's do
We'll
it.
sign that HR love contract. It'll be fine.
Right.
That's awesome.
Ed?
Similar to Chris's, I wasn't going to date Sarah when I found out our age difference. And then
Really?
as soon as her family was like, hey, that's totally cool if you guys go out, I was on board.
Nice.
Kitten.
That's right. I'd never had
That's
a.
perfect.
I was like, I'm dating that girl. If she
Yeah,
says
right?
yeah, I'm doing this.
That's it. That's happening. That's
Let me
happening.
start the flirting now. Hey, you need something from Starbucks?
Let me start.
Want to
the
watch me
flirting
fall down
now.
on stage?
Exactly. You want to come see me slide into some speakers? All right.
Do I have something in my dreadlocks? Oh, that's awesome. That's great. MTTG Street Team.
Straight team.
What's a specific kind of improvement you would like to see in 2018 for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo? Ooh, I like this question.
I know one.
Mm.
I need
Change usernames in
I need,
PlayStation.
Well, shoot, I need somebody to go ahead and do that. I need them to do two things. I need them to allow us to change our names. That would be great.
Yep.
Good call.
Yep.
I also need them to kind of like say all right to some of this cross-platform play that everybody
Yeah,
else is
man.
doing. Because I think Rocket League,
Absolutely.
now that it's on Nintendo, is still cross-platform play with Xbox and PC. So I need PlayStation to stop, maybe get up off that high horse a little bit and play ball with everybody.
Mm. Yeah.
Tim, what about you?
Man, I pretty much ditto that. I think not the username's fine. It's not, that doesn't necessarily bother me, but I would love to see more cross-platform games happening. I doubt it would happen hugely in 2018, but definitely down the road. I think we're going to see it happen a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Chris?
Mine are much smaller than yours. On PlayStation side, Xbox 360 and Xbox One have this feature that I really enjoy that I would like for PlayStation to implement. And it's where you can go in and you can customize your controller and it then sets those customizations to any game that you play. So as
Template? Oh, that's
so
cool.
as Gabe and I, play God's way and we're inverted on the Xbox, I can go into the settings. I can go into the settings and I can say, "Hey, invert my Y-axis," and then any game that I play, it's already inverted. I don't have to go into the game settings and then change it. I
like
love
that.
that it does that, and so I would love for PlayStation. Let me just go in there and do it so that every game I start, I don't have to go and then fix, the mistake people made and change the default. So I would like that. And then on the Xbox side, something that I would like them to improve upon, since they change their operating system like every 2 minutes, it feels like. How about you go ahead and make it to where I can screenshot no matter where I am? I don't want to just be in a game. Let me screenshot in the OS. Let me screenshot anywhere that I want to. And this might be just specific to my console. I don't know if it's better on the One X. Let me have more than 30 seconds when I save a video. PlayStation gives me the last 15 minutes. It's like,
Oh, yeah, you can change that.
you
I was
can?
about to say, you can adjust that, can't you?
Well, then show me
Yeah.
where, because I don't know where the heck it is. Because I can't navigate the menus for nothing. But that's just because I'm inexperienced, so that's not a problem that they need to change necessarily.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like mine is set to 5 minutes, I think.
Well,
There you go.
I'll deal with that. I like that better than 30 seconds.
I
know,
think
right?
I think you could definitely change that because that was the big thing when Nintendo came along and they were like, "Hey, we got this record this feature, but you only get like 15 seconds or something crazy." And everybody's like, "What? Everybody else has got minutes."
And to that effect,
right.
it's possible that maybe there is a way to screenshot in the OS somewhere and it's a toggle. You got to switch. But as far as I can tell right now, anytime I do a screenshot, it seems to only actually save them if I'm in a game of the screenshot of like something that happened on the screen. If I'm wanting to take a picture, like, where do I go in this setting? I was trying to ask somebody, I'm like, how do I do this? Here's what I'm looking at. And it wouldn't save a screenshot of anything. So I don't know.
There you go. There you go. Ed?
I would love for Xbox to just release a really good exclusive. I love PlayStation's exclusives, and I want Xbox to have some that people get excited about.
There you go. I agree with you.
I agree as well.
I think that some people would disagree with you, like, what are you talking about? We have amazing ones. But
I mean, I loved Quantum Break.
yeah.
I just want another one.
Exactly. I was about to say that there's some rose-colored glasses going on.
Yeah, that's right. That was a great
We have
question. Thank you.
PUBG. It's extremely glitchy, but fun.
All right, moving on to Twitter at Aaron J. Bonner. Anything that you'd like to try for the first time this year? Being unemployed, I'm looking to start new hobbies outside of gaming to help pass the time until I hear back from someone. Ooh. Well, good luck with that, man. I hope you do hear back from someone.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, seriously. Something I want to try this year. I would like to try to. I have. Oh man, I don't know. That's a hard one, Chris.
Yeah, I can't think of something off the top of my head that I don't know.
I'd like
I'm sure
to
I'll find
try,
something.
Yeah, I'd like to try and I'll say this. I'd like to try and do voiceover more in gaming than just like commercials and manager, internal things.
That's great.
I'd love to try to do more characters than I did
Yeah.
these last 2 years. Ed, what about you?
I would love to do a mocap session.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
That would be so
Yeah,
much fun.
That'd be amazing.
It would be fun. I'm too insecure about being in a tight suit, but I totally understand.
Oh,
Hey, listen,
yeah, Gabe with
listen,
all
folks,
the
like-
little
do it.
If the job
ping
is
pong
there,
balls all
you're
over
going to
your
get
suit.
in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Oh,
get
man.
there.
They'll be like, you know what? Never mind. We're kind of needing you to be an action hero, not a couch potato. So there's that. I'd be like, oh, I thought there was a chubby ninja in this game. Okay, never mind. Tim?
Man, I don't know. I think I do. I think I've said this before, but I really do like Duolingo is such a great little app. I do want to learn Spanish a little bit more and really get into a second language. I just think it's so.
Well, you started off the show showing
so
us that you
important.
got the skills. So
Well, yeah, but I said nine York,
Yeah,
so that doesn't really help much.
Yeah, said it. Start trying.
But
a
I've
little
always
harder.
said Nuevo York. I don't know why. It's just I've always said it. It's just weird. But yeah, Duolingo makes it so easy because you can do
Lingo.
just these little.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you can do these little 5-minute sessions and just to learn a little bit more. I think it'd be just it's a good skill to have and to learn. I mean, over in Europe, man, they speak like 4 or 5 different languages.
They
and
make
it's
us
just
look lazy, boy.
I
when it comes to
am
the
so
language.
jealous of that.
yeah, but it
Like, I
also
would
takes
love-
10 minutes to reach 7 different countries. So
Well, very true.
it makes a little bit more sense.
It's very true. I agree. But yeah, man, I just want to do something outside of what I've ever done before, and just to say that I've done it, and I always want to keep learning. That's one of the things I've
Play
always
PUBG.
said
you
for
You've never
years.
done that.
I'm never going to play PUBG. That's just not going to happen. It's all very subjective, clearly,
Yeah,
but
it's
that's not.
hilarious.
That's
I
not
would.
going to
I
happen.
honestly, I would absolutely love for you to go in to any multiplayer game and like give it a true legit shot. Like I would love to see you pick up Overwatch and give it a legit go. Not like I'll play it one time and like, hey, I'm out because I don't know.
No, I did for that one weekend. It was free. Like I
That's
had
a
a good
weekend.
time
I would
talking,
like to see
talking
you
with
give
my
a real
morning crew. It would never happen. I was like, I'm getting killed all the time. I'm out. Like I just,
But see,
it won't
that's
happen.
why
I'm not that
Overwatch would
kind
be
of player.
perfect because it's not about kills or getting kills. Like you could play a support, and the support characters, I actually play them a lot, and they play a very key role. You can get play of the game being a support and still dying all the time. It doesn't matter because you just got to support your team. I think
That's
you could
true.
get into it. I really do think you could get into it.
Dude, I tried, but it's like I kept. It's not about dying either. Like I had some good kills. Like I enjoyed it, but then like when you die, you have to go back, and then you got to walk. You have to run over to your teammates again. It's just the whole back and forth. Like during that time, I was just talking with everybody. I'm like, I'd rather just talk with our community than just sit there and play this game. Like I just tuned out from it. I don't know why. It was just weird.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep. It does.
It happens.
Did we get everybody on that one?
I think so.
I think so.
All right, here we go. Final one at Dante's Belmont. We got some quick fires. So let's do this.
All right.
Here we go. Freezing cold or sweating hot?
Sweating hot.
Freezing cold.
Hey, I'm doing it now. Freezing cold.
Ed, freezing cold or sweltering hot?
Freezing cold.
Mhm.
Freezing cold.
Walmart fleece pants or just underwear?
Fleece pants.
What? For just all the time?
I guess. I don't want to just walk around in my underwear.
I don't think
That's less
there's any
comfortable.
context to it. Just fleece pants, Walmart
pants.
fleece pants or just underwear?
Fleece pants. Tim?
Underwear. I get too hot in fleece pants.
Ed?
I guess underwear. I don't quite understand the question.
You just go
I'm not
with it.
making
Just go
sense
with
of it. I'm just going, man. I'm just going.
Yeah, I like it.
Vacations with the in-laws or vacations with strangers?
The in-laws.
In-laws, definitely. I got cool in-laws. I lucked out.
I do too.
Ed?
Um,
You've done the strangers.
I mean, he
done
basically
the
lives with the
strangers.
You
in-laws.
have
the
done the
Tatmans.
strangers. That's true.
I've
Whitewater
Sarah's
rafting.
parents are split, so it depends on the in-law.
I know that's right.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
That's a very correct way to say that. Yep, without getting in trouble. Well done.
I'm gonna go with oh man.
Oh, you're in it too, man.
One of the
Someone's going
Yeah.
to North Carolina.
yeah, one of
Yep.
the two. I'm just kidding. In-laws.
All
All
right.
right.
Mm.
You get to choose, right? Is it like everybody? Because that's the
I-
thing. If
I
it's
don't know.
everybody, I'm going strangers. Straight
Okay.
up.
Hmm.
But if I get to like pick and choose, then in-laws. My sister-in-law is super fun.
Host or guest?
Guest.
Guest.
I don't know. I like both, but yeah, I think I have to go guest.
Ed.
Host for me.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that. Road trip or airplane?
Airplane.
Road trip.
Road trip for me too. Just did it.
Airplane.
There you go.
Space or under the sea?
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Space.
Both have great horror movies, and I'm afraid of both.
Yeah.
I guess I say space.
We know Ed's going to space.
Definitely.
Man, I love under the sea. I do under the sea.
Space. I think.
That's your answer
Here's
to
the problem.
everything. Under the sea. It's not going to happen.
What is that from?
That's from
No,
the
I'm
Simpsons.
changing mine. Space. I love stars, planets, and all that fun stuff. So I'm changing mine to space.
Yeah, I think I'm space, even though it seems like I guess you're jacked up either way if something bad happens.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Mm.
Space,
Well, and who's in this scenario? Who's to say that anything bad's going to happen?
you just figure.
Yeah, no, I mean,
How
you,
deep under
you
the
deal
sea
with
we
sharks or you deal with xenomorphs. It's like pick your poison.
Okay, there you go.
Xenomorphs. What is that?
Xenomorphs.
That's the isn't that the name of the alien? That's what their species is named. Or
Oh,
whatever.
gotcha.
Oh, very good, very good.
I could have said predator.
Okay.
I
Next-
thought it was
well,
when the
that's true.
Princess Warrior changed her pants or something.
Jeez.
Bright
Xenomorphs.
or dark?
Bright or dark? I'm going dark.
Yeah, I think I'm going dark too.
Dark.
Truly more
Mhm.
darkish.
Dark. Mm-hmm. Me too. Dark is more slimming.
All right.
So if I could do a
okay,
mocap session in the dark, that'd be all right.
Yeah, there you go. You're done. Ooh, who is that slender ninja over
Yeah,
there?
exactly. That guy is impressive. Be like, oh no, get away from the light switch.
That's a no cap session.
Exactly. I need those ping pong
No
balls to
cap.
be glow in the dark. If they want to track anything.
Okay. And final one. Most shocking answer from your co-hosts besides Breath of the Wild as Game of the Year from Gabe.
Most shocking.
Man, Wolfenstein caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm kind of with you on that, man. Wolfenstein.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I thought for sure
Really?
it
It
would be
didn't
something else.
catch me off guard, but I
As
thought
the
it was.
number
I
one,
thought it
it
was
did.
going to be like his number 2, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I knew it. It didn't surprise me. It was in contention as much as he talked about really liking it. So
Yeah, man.
Yep. That's awesome.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, wait, you know what? We got one more from Jared Orr at JOR1313. What was your favorite movie from 2017? It's a tough choice, but mine would have to be John Wick Chapter 2.
Lego Batman.
Nice.
First try.
Barbara.
Barbara. I love that. I don't want to do that.
I want to see that movie.
that was a
so
good
bad.
one.
Oh, such a good movie.
It was a good
I
one.
would say Star Wars.
I liked it better than Lego Movie.
You did?
Yeah, me too.
I like the Batman one better than Lego Movie. Yeah.
There you
Nice.
go. I didn't like.
You're going
Lego
Star
movie
Wars?
that much. Yeah, I'm going Star Wars. Yeah.
I
Nice.
think
Chris?
I'm gonna go Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Was it good?
That
Yeah, I
was
really
good.
liked
It
it.
was great.
Oh, you know what?
It was
I
great.
might take it back. I might say, did the Avengers movie come out this year? Was that Captain America? Was that this year? Was that
Civil War?
2017?
I don't think so.
No.
Civil War. This year was
Civil
Ragnarok,
War was-
Spider-Man, and then was there something else?
Mm.
I don't know. Spider-Man and Ragnarok came out this year.
and Guardians 2.
Oh,
Oh,
there's that
okay.
one
Yeah.
too.
Star Wars
Star Wars
Nice.
it is.
for sure.
Mine's Wonder Woman. That
I
movie.
didn't see
it.
I'm giving DC some love because that's really the only movie they got that's great. But I loved it. Piper loved it. It was like I watched it with her. It was really good.
Stacy saw it, and I think she watched it on plane. She really liked it as well. I haven't seen it yet, though.
I've not heard
Really?
anybody say they didn't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
haven't either.
I have not heard one bad review.
Mm-mm.
Which is good. DC needed a win.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's for sure.
For sure.
Totally, for sure.
All right, that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, we already know the question of the week. What is your gaming resolutions? Gaming resolutions. Let us know. You've heard ours. Ed doesn't have one. Tim kind of doesn't have one.
No, I didn't have one. There's no kind of. I just want to play games.
He's got a tie
You know,
for all of his
someone-
resolutions.
I've got
yeah.
a 300 way tie.
I forget who it was. That might have been Eric Thompson on the Discord posted kind of like a gaming checklist to try to aim for through the year. Maybe I'll try to knock off some of those.
What can you do you know where that
It
was?
was kind of like play a game with a female character as the lead. Play a game where the lead character is a race that's not yours. Play one that scored less than 40 on Metacritic and finish it. And just a bunch of
Ooh.
Play a
Things
superhero
things like that.
game that's multiplayer and give it a shot. Router, hey, there you go.
Never gonna happen.
That's funny. Oh, here we go. Here it is. This is a good one. Yeah. Female character lead take place in my home country or on my home continent.
Ooh, Far Cry.
In the horror
Yeah.
genre, not happening. In the
Not happening for- Come
RPG
on.
genre, in the sports genre, set in an open world, in the fighting genre, with a lead character who's different racial ethnicity than me. Good luck. Just kidding. 19.
Mafia 3 game.
Yeah. There you go.
There it is.
That wouldn't be for me. That's all the games I play are different. From the 1980s, from the 1990s. These are good. Yeah, that's a long checklist. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, let us know your gaming resolutions, and we will talk about them next week. And then it's kind of fun for me. We're gonna get back into regular questions of the week. You know, the fall always kind of has the same questions of the week that we recycle every year. So next week we'll kind of get back into some other questions. So we've already kind of got some in the chute, so I'm excited about that. But for this week, gaming resolutions for 2018. Let us know. Use hashtag answer MTTG, and we will go about our business.
Yeah.
Nice.
And remember, you can leave them on the old voicemail too if you'd like to. 702-703-6884
All right.
or MTTG. And we will talk to you guys next week. Thanks you guys so much for being here. 277 in the books. Ooh,
What?
wee.
The historian be like, the episode where they just ended with a bunch of random sounds.
Yeah.
277.
Pancake.
Look up here. Look up here. Look up here.
I'm falling and I can't get up. I'm Gabe Patillo. Fish. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we are married to the games and a little bit crazy, and I'm out this thing. Peace!